Good afternoon. Welcome to Goodison Park. And if you're joining us at home, welcome to Everton Live. Thanks for your company. Fan Zone, give us a cheer today. Oh, that was rubbish. Come on, give us a louder cheer than that. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Okay, it's a little bit better. We'll be practicing that throughout the afternoon. Mark my words. As ever, we do have fan-supporting food bags here. So please remember, if you're ever coming to a home game, they do fantastic work right across Merseyside. It's the purple van towards the back of the fan zone there. If you can bring something, it will be gratefully received. They do brilliant work. And we've got lots coming up for you ahead of kick-off today. Brentford, 3 p.m. We'll be bringing you the team news first. However, let's cross inside, first of all, inside Goodison to Sarah Halpin and find out who she'll be talking to.
Welcome back to Everton Live. We're here pitchside and we've got a fantastic show lined up for you here today. We're going to speak to Chris Bruzzo from Electronic Art, Chris Massam from Equity and Inclusion, and we've got Sam McPartland from Her Game 2, Michelle Hinnigan, former captain. We'll hear from players and the manager ahead of this one, and much, much more. Live music, etc. coming your way, so it's going to be a brilliant show. Back to you, Giulia, in the fan zone.
Thank you, Sarah. Yeah, looking forward to all those guests that Sarah will be with. Here on the Fan Zone, though, for you, I'll be bringing you the team news first. I'm also very excited to say very soon in the Fan Zone, we're going to have Tony Bellew with us. He'll be talking about local boxing, and also he'll be bringing us the team news so we can get his thoughts on that as well. We'll be finding out in just a second a bit more about our brand new People's Place. It's the brilliant mental health hub that has been built just along here, right next to Goodison. So we'll be finding out much more about that. We'll have more music from the Jjohns shortly as well. And it's higher or lower. The competition is back. You can play on your own or you can play as a team. And it's your chance to win a stadium tour for 2 people right here at Goodison Park. OK, let's find out about the People's Place. Now, if you're not sure what it is, don't worry. We've got a video for you now that's going to explain all about it. It's a real unique one-stop shop for mental health here in L4. And this is what it's all about.
It's the health issue of our times, mental health. It's the 21st century health issue. I speak as a former health secretary in recognising that change, you know. And what I've noticed is it's not just about kind of supporting people with mental health issues with regards to clinical services or medication. Actually, the best thing you can do is give people informal space where they can come together, people who can speak with people who've been in a similar position. That is, in many ways, the best therapy that you can give to people.
Can you split your body just a little bit? There you go. Just
the years, the more we've delved into the mental health space, the more we realise that there are more and more groups that need support. So we've grown over the years to now where we have 15 different mental health projects supporting 15 different groups of people. And now the People's Places, it's a celebration of that. It's helped to change the narrative around mental health as well. A lot of the time, people can sometimes think of negative things when they hear the word mental health and automatically think of depression or anxiety, but we all have mental health. It's about celebrating our mental health, looking after ourselves, and also joining together mental health and physical health as well.
Up until today, you could only imagine what it can do, but having seen a couple of sessions, it's unquestionable that I think being able to have a catalyst and to break the barriers down, that's the most important thing. To have something where people I can feel confident to come and say, come on in, let's talk about it. And I think this facility will be second to none. It's a first for Everton, but more importantly, it's a first in football, and I'm absolutely certain it's not going to be the last.
So the current campus here, this has been about 10 years in the making, and it's been a complete transformation of what was derelict land and dilapidated buildings being transformed into these impressive buildings, which provide such an important purpose with our place-based approach in particular. But in terms of what will be delivered, it'll provide space for a whole range of different activities which are all proven to improve mental health. That'll include physical activity, arts and culture, it'll include talking therapies, education, employment-related activities. The real kind of exciting part of it as well is we'll be utilising various tools such as virtual reality and immersive experience as well to complement that delivery. We also have a layer of professional support, so we have our own GP, we have a clinical team, so we can provide clinical services here to achieve clinical outcomes, but importantly in a venue which is in the community, it's informal, it's non-clinical, it's accessible, and it's all part of that wider movement in terms of moving healthcare out of hospitals into the community.
Made Howard's Way the film, myself and Rob Sloman, and we gave all the proceeds from that to it. So yeah, we've really got behind it, and I think it's a really special day today. From my point of view, the easy part is to help financially. It's all the people on the ground who do the job that they do and make a real difference, and we all have to recognise that what we're doing is enabling them to do the real work. We're just helping.
Football can reach people in a way that other things just can't, and it's why I think Everton is first again in setting a new lead with regard to what football clubs can do to support the mental health and well-being, not just of their supporters, but the wider community.
So that's a bit more about the People's Place, and I'm sure you will agree that it's an absolutely fantastic facility. And I'm delighted to say that Dr. Chris Pritchard, Everton in the Community's resident GP, has joined us in the fan zone to tell us a little bit more. I mean, first of all, it's so unusual, isn't it, for a football club and the charity involved to have a resident GP, and you're a Blue as well.
Yep.
So it must be fantastic for you.
No, it's great. So I've been working at the club for about 4 years now. So I spend 4 days a week in my normal GP job, but 1 day a week I get to work here and I get to see different role, different people, and we get to try different things. So it's a great, unique way of working. We're the first in the country to do it. We're leading the way. Other sporting organisations are looking at us and wanting to copy what we want to do.
Is this your favourite day of the week when you get to come here?
Yeah, it can be a bit challenging coming here at certain times, but I think generally it's something I enjoy. People want to come here, they want to engage with the club, it's really useful.
So just tell us a bit more then about the People's Place and how unusual it is to have a facility like this.
So there's a big forward-thinking move to try and put more of healthcare facilities within the community. So we're trying to move out of hospitals, trying to go where people need, so they don't have that difficulty in trying to access healthcare. We know there's a big range of inequalities across the northwest and across the country, and putting an area here that's really local, people can access it all day throughout the week. It's open to everyone, so there's no discrimination for any football team or any colour, so we want everyone to come along.
Yeah, open to anyone. I mean, there won't be any Reds here, will there, today?
Oh, no.
But, you would still see them anyway.
Yeah.
And how much do you think this, other clubs, other just areas as well, are going to look at this facility and think, actually, this is the way forward?
So a lot of our funding came from the Football Foundation, from the Premier League, and they're keen to see us as a model for the rest of the country. So they were here today, this week at the launch on Tuesday, and they were really excited about the work we're doing, and they're going to take it across the country and try and replicate what we're doing. So people are seeing us as being like the initial ones and the beacon, and they want to copy that work.
We've often heard from people in the fan zone talking about Everton in the community, and they say, sometimes I don't want to go and ask for help, but I'll come and speak to Everton, and they're my club, and if I want something, I know they'll help. Do you find that? Do you get people walking in the door here to your surgery that might not normally go and see a GP?
Yeah, so the NHS badge is very powerful. It does amazing things, but again, it doesn't reach everyone. And we know the Everton badge is a lot more powerful for a lot more people, and we can send out emails from Everton accounts and get people to come down, and we have to turn people away because we have that many people coming sometimes.
Wow, so that just kind of shows the need for it, doesn't it? So what can people do if anyone's in here in the fan zone today or even watching at home and they think, actually, I'd like to visit, I think there might be something for me there. How can they come along?
So we're open throughout the week from about 8 till 4 at the moment. Our hours can change. We have about 60 projects run through Everton the community at the moment. So we run from projects from even young new dads up until our older adults. So covers the whole family life spectrum, and we want people to come down, even be volunteers, be part of that journey with us and take it forward.
Fantastic. And I know you're a massive Blue, you're going in the game. I know you want to get a cheeky pint as well, don't you, beforehand? Go on then, give me a score prediction today.
2-0, 2-0.
I love that positivity, and thank you for all the work you do as well here at Everton the community and at the People's Place. Dr. Chris Pritchard there, fan zone, give him a massive round of applause. He's doing brilliant work in our community. Don't forget, we've got higher or low coming up here in the fan zone. So if you'd like to play, just give me a wave a bit later on, and it's your chance to win a stadium tour for 2 people. I've got a very, very special guest now that's going to come out onto the stage. I think this one might get you cheering very loud. Former WBC Cruiserweight champion Tony Bellew joins us in the fan zone. Give him a cheer. Here he is. You're so big there, I don't know if you get through the door. It's the littlest door.
It's all right.
Welcome to the fan zone, Tony. I mean, first of all, before we chat footy, and I think you're going to talk through the team news with us because we're going to get it first, let's talk a bit of boxing then, because Peter McGrail's in action tonight, isn't he?
Yeah, one of our owners on tonight at the Echo Arena, so after here, get down there and support them. Peter McGrail is probably the city's most successful ever amateur boxer. He's an unbelievable talent. And he's a season ticket holder here, so he's a mad Blue. So as I say, his dreams are one day to have a fight at Bramley Moor, our beautiful new stadium that's going to outshine the load of other codswallop over the other side of the park. So that's what he wants to do, and we all need to get behind him. As I say, he's not just Peter McGrail who's on tonight. There is Robbie Davis Jr., Robbie's a Scouser, and there's plenty of other talents on there as well. You know, you've got Jack Cullen fighting Diego Pacheco. You've got a big, huge ticket seller in Johnny Fisher on there. I know the Brentford load will know who Johnny Fisher is. So, it's going to be a packed night of action, and I can't wait.
When you're a big Blue and you're a Scouser and you're fighting in your own city, does that give you a bit of edge on that night?
It does, as long as they're behind you. I mean, I'm very fortunate. I've fought literally on the grass outside in the pitch. So that was the best night of my career. I'd say the best night of my life, but I've got married and I've got 4 kids, and she'd kill me if I said that. So I'll just stick to best night of my career, but it was the best night of my life, yeah.
We won't say anything.
Yeah, 3 out of my 4 kids are over here, so they're listening. That makes it even worse. But it's part and parcel. It's amazing. The support that we give as Scousers is second to none. Even before we're Liverpool or Everton fans, we're Scousers first, and we should always back our own. And as I say, it's absolutely huge tonight for Peter McGrail. He's an exciting talent and a precocious one at that.
While we're stood here then, looking out onto Goodison, just go through that night then. Do you have any sort of moment that you remember when, you know, we talk about it that instantly goes into your mind? Which was the bit, you know, that you will live on in your memory?
Obviously, the punch that I land on his chin, that knocks him clean out, that sticks with me, and it will stick with me forever. But there's a couple of other little points that stick with me. You know, my nose getting snapped and getting dropped in the first round. It's not nice. Getting punched in the face does hurt, to be totally honest. But yeah, there's so many different things from that night. Turning up and parking in that car park over there, walking past everyone, and then going into the first team dressing room, and then turning my music off with 20 minutes to go and listen to Goodison, the Gladys Street end, just singing my name, which was it'll live with me forever. My season ticket was in the Gladys Street, row KK 147. So them memories that I have, they'll live with me forever. But more importantly, the most important thing is, forget about the past. The most important thing is today, love.
It is, isn't it? You're feeling confident, because I'm being told we've got team news in about 20 seconds or no. You're feeling confident because, you know, the pressure is on.
Of course it's on. Listen, I mean, we've got a team here and we've got a squad that, when you look at it on paper, shouldn't be in the position that they're in. There's no two ways about it. There's enough quality in and amongst that team to be well out of the relegation zone. So I just want to see them perform to the best of their abilities for all of them. And you know, today is a massive game. You know, we have to start winning games like these. Brentford are a good outfit. We're good attacking options, but make no mistake, we are a better team than them and we are a better outfit than them. We've got to show it today.
All right, well, I know how we line up, so we're going to bring it to you now. Tony, stay there because we'll chat a bit more about the team in just a second. Here we go. This is how Everton are lining up today to take on Brentford. Number 1, Jordan Pickford. Number 2, James Tarkowski. Number 5, Michael Keane. Number 7, Dwight McNeil. Number 8, Amadou Anana. Number 11, Damari Gray. Number 16, Abdoulaye Doucouré. Number 17, Alex Iwobi. Number 22, Ben Godfrey. Number 23 and captain, Seamus Coleman. And 27, Idrissa Gana Gueye. Everton substitutes then. Number 15, Asmir Begovic. Number 4, Mason Holgate. Number 13, Yerry Mina. Number 19, Vitaly Mikalenko. Number 20, Neil Mope. Number 26, Tom Davis. Number 30, Connor Cody. Number 37, James Garner. And number 50, Ellis Sims. That is the matchday squad there for the Blues. Let's find out how our visitors line up today. Brentford. This is how Thomas Frank will line them up to start with. Number 1, David Raya. Number 2, Aaron Hickey. Number 3, Rico Henry. Number 5, Ethan Pinnock. Number 6, Christian Norgard. Number 8, Matthias Jensen. Number 16, Ben Mee. Number 17, Ivan Toney. Number 19, Brian Mbeumo. Number 24, Mikkel Damsgaard. Number 27, Vitaly Janelt. And I can give you Brentford substitutes as well. Number 34, Matthew Cox. Number 9, Kevin Shard. Number 10, Josh De Silva. Number 11, Johan Wissa. Number 14, Simon Godos. Number 15, Frank Onyenka. Number 18, Pontus Janssen. Number 20, Christopher Ayer. And number 26, Shandon Baptiste. OK, let's talk Everton then, Tony, shall we? I've got the team news here, so you can refer to it if you like, because otherwise I'm not going to make you memorise it off that.
I've seen it.
Yeah, so what do you make of the starting lineup? Feeling confident there?
Do you know what? It's only Everton Football Club that cannot put a forward on the pitch and score 2 goals. And that's what happened last week. So you've got to just be as positive as possible. We put a forward on the pitch, we can't seem to score. We don't play a forward and we score 2. So, like I say, only Everton Football Club can do these things to you. It really can. But I'm positive, you know, the way the lads played last week. Very unfortunate not to get the 3 points. Demi is a massive part of the attacking setup and how we get at teams. He really is. And Dwight McNeil is a new player. It's like we've signed someone new since the gaffers walked in the door. So you've just got to hope, as I say. You know, I know we're all sitting here on Tenderlooks waiting for Dominic to be fit. The kid's trying his best. He wants to get in. The minute that lad comes in, I mean, there's goals. There's massive goals because you're hitting 10, 15 crosses that are hitting the box every game. His head will hit how many of them? And you've just got to get him fit now. I mean, I'd drag him on there myself if I could, but we just need him on the pitch. But I do know he's passionate. How frustrating is it, though, as an athlete? You know, when you are injured and you can't do your job, it must be so frustrating because, you know, he'll want to play more than anyone. He does, without a doubt. And you listen, I see him at Finch Farm all the time. He's constantly putting in the work. My little baby boy's at Finch Farm, so I see him and he does after hours. He's constantly getting treatments on whatever he can. He's trying his very, very best to get back. So he wants to play football. No footballer wants to sit on the sideline or be in the physio room. They really don't. And, you know, I feel for them. I really do. But most importantly, we need them on the pitch. I can't lie. We really do.
Absolutely. Seamus Coleman, of course, starts today. Let's just talk about that goal against Leeds, shall we? Because it was magnificent. And he did mean it because he did look up. I spoke to him after it and he went, I meant it. It wasn't a pass. I mean, there was almost a pause in the whole of Goodison when it went in, when everyone realised what had happened. It was mega, wasn't it?
I've known Seamus since the day he walked in the doors at the training complex, and he's probably the most honest and gracious footballer I've ever met in all my time. This is a lad who is he feels so privileged to be a footballer. Like, he turns up, it's where he's come from, you see. And we all sing the song, 60 grand, 60 grand, but he literally comes from nowhere. He's just brilliant. He epitomises everything Everton Football Club is about, that lad. If I could put Everton into any one person or one soul, it would be Seamus Coleman, because he loves this club. He fights for us right till the end, and he's passionate. He feels these results, and, you know, messaging him after the game and the goal, and I was like, well done, lad, you're a hero. And he was like, Tone, there's still so much more to go. And he's absolutely spot on. You know, one result is not going to change us or get us out of this. We need to put back-to-back results in, and we need to start giving it to teams. We really do. And that responsibility only falls on the players. A manager picks a team and the players go out and perform. It's as simple as that, and they've got to start being more consistent with the performance levels. We need the performance that we've seen the other week and better if not. So, you know, we've got to start turning these results around. And I do believe they can. Like I said, that quality in the squad. There's internationals all over the team. There's bright upcoming players in the team. We've got a couple of our asses in there as well. And we've got a couple of leaders now. So I just want to see them get about these today and put it on them. So fingers crossed.
I feel like putting you in there for the team talk. What do we reckon? I think that was inspiring enough. Brilliant. I tell you what, before we let you go so you can get inside, give us a score prediction today. Positivity, I reckon.
I think we're going to score more goals in this game today than we've scored in any other game this season. I just think...
Love it.
You know, seeing last week and a team with no forwards on the pitch, they're all having a go, they're all looking to get on the end of something. And I just think today it might finally click and come together. Well, I'm hoping so anyway. Because if it doesn't, I can't get any more great because of this football club. And my heart can't take it, I'm not going to lie. So we've all just got to be positive, get behind the team. This is Everton Football Club, the biggest club in the world. There's not a fan base like ours. We stick to each other and we just fight until there's no fight left. And we've just got to keep going today. So fingers crossed.
Summed up absolutely perfectly there.
The bloody toffees.
Everybody, give him a massive cheer, and I'm going to make a quick call and see if we can get him in to do the team news. Tony Bellew.
Have a lovely day, guys. Brentford fans, I hope you have a nasty one.
He's a complete legend, isn't he? Fantastic to have Tony Bellew in the fan zone today. Thanks so much, Tony, for joining us. Well, you may have heard about her game too. Of course, Everton were the very first Premier League side to join up to the initiative Her Game 2. Sarah, we're going to cross to her pitch side now because she's going to be finding out a bit more about what it's all about.
Today we're here at Finch Farm. As you can see, there's some kids in the background from one of our school supporters club. We're hosting an event with Her Game 2 for International Women's Day. There's going to be a few surprises along the way, so let's check it out. Well, with the coaching coming to a close now, it's nearly time for our kids to put their questions to our players. Let's see what they ask.
I think one of my biggest inspirations was Lindy Johnson. She used to play for Everton and was captain when I first come here. She taught me a lot in terms of everything off the pitch but also on the pitch, which helped me get to where I am today. So yeah.
Say my mum. You know, a lot of people talk about, you know, when they meet me, how mannerly and how respectful I am, and I think a lot of that comes down to being taught from an early age from my mother. Good manners and respect goes a long way, and I still live by that today. So my mum as well.
I picked Natasha Jjohns because she came to our school and explained to us when she was younger she didn't do well, but now she's a famous boxer.
Oh, very good, yeah. Very good boxer as well.
Thank you guys so much.
Well done, thank you.
How do you feel about being the Her Game 2 ambassador?
Yeah, I think it's a great opportunity for us. I think showing where the women's game can go and pushing it, and we're here today with you guys to show that women can play football too, but not just about playing it. It's about people being able to watch it and making it more accessible for girls in every single sport, not just football. And I think it's a great opportunity for me to be an ambassador because it's something that I truly believe in.
Seamus Coleman, what a fantastic event we've seen here today. Everton supporting Her Game 2 and yourself and Gabby becoming the first ever player advocates. What's been going on today? Tell us a little bit about that.
I think with me having 2 daughters as well, when it was put to me, I was more than happy to put my name forward. I think women have a massive place in football, not just playing but watching, commentating, TV pundits, whatever the case may be. And you know, I want my daughters to have you know, the same opportunities as well. So I'm delighted to be part of it. Delighted to be part of it with Gabby as well. And listen, we had a great day down here with the kids as well.
I think having women footballers out there on the likes of Sky and BBC now is a great stage for it, really. I think little girls growing up will be able to see us and want to be like us, whereas when I was growing up it was quite minimal. There was only a few players that you did know about, but now I think there's lots of different teams, there's lots of different players, and I think it's just going in a great place.
Football should be a place for everybody, of course. We all love it, we all love the game. It's all about equality, and I do think that we're taking, you know, good steps in the right direction, you know, with all the things that we're doing in the Premier League for equality. And yeah, listen, onwards and upwards for sure.
Delighted now to be joined by Sam McPartland, who is the Everton ambassador for Her Game 2. Now, Sam, we've just seen that VT there with Seamus Coleman and Gabby George becoming the first player advocates for Her Game 2. It was your initiative. How proud does it make you feel to see that come to fruition?
Absolutely delighted. I was lost for words when the club agreed to it. And when they said it was Seamus, who's my favourite player, I did a little happy dance. And Gabby's just marvellous, so it's amazing.
It's brilliant, and you couldn't really have picked 2 better players, as you said, 2, you know, they've been at the club for years and years and years between them. And the interviews, everything that they said as well, Seamus talking about his girls and, you know, Gabby being a role model. It's just so fantastic to see, isn't it? Football really is a game for everybody.
It is, and, you know, what Seamus was really good in pointing out that he's got 2 young girls and he wants them to have the same opportunities he's had. And I think Gabby will be amazing as well, because she can talk about her, you know, how she's come into the women's game and some of the obstacles she's faced. But the women's game is, like, you know, it is doing really well at the moment, so she can champion that as well.
It's brilliant, and even this week as well, we've seen the government legislations as well about meaning that girls are going to be entitled to 2 hours of PE a week, and so much more there. You want to see girls playing football, and, you know, that's what it's all about, isn't it, ultimately? Like, girls knowing that they can have a career in football, whether that's on the pitch, as a pundit, you know, it's for everybody, and it's really empowering.
It is, and I think for me as a female football fan, playing football was something I always wanted to do when I was younger, and I just didn't have that opportunity. But now there are them opportunities, and, you know, think the campaigns like Her Game 2 are just making that more viable.
You know, Her Game 2 is absolutely massive, and you can't go to a game now without seeing the branding, without seeing the messaging. It's so important to have that visibility, isn't it, Sam?
It is, and what's really good is this weekend there's so many Her Game 2 special fixtures that have been announced. So all the Her Game 2 advocates are really busy this weekend, and it's just lovely to see.
Brilliant, and we're so thankful for you and all the hard work you're doing with Everton and Her Game 2 and getting those 2 players involved. Absolutely fantastic, and thank you for your time.
It was my pleasure. Thank you.
Always a pleasure, Sam. Back to you, Giulia, in Fan Zone.
Thank you very much, Sarah, and thank you to Sam. Yeah, she does a brilliant job as our Her Game 2 representative. If you need any further information, Sam McPartland is on Twitter, or you can follow Her Game 2 as well on any of the social media channels for a little bit more information. Okay, coming up, we've got higher or lower, so I'll be looking for some contestants in the crowd. I'm really sorry it's raining now, but I guess it could be snow, couldn't it? We've had all the weathers the last few days, but let's get some music to try and warm you up now. Please welcome back to the Fan Zone stage, Mick from the Jjohns.
Keep talking, lady. Blowing away, you're blowing, baby. Riding and take, you're blowing, baby. Oh, my baby, now we're walking, now we're teaming, now we're feeling true, my
A big thank you to Mick from the Jjohns. They're always welcome in the fan zone. Oh, it's a soggy one today, isn't it? But let's hope the atmosphere is going to be brilliant inside Goodison. Don't forget that the WSL Merseyside Derby is going to be held here at Goodison Park, quite rightly so. It's going to be a huge game in the Women's Super League. We've got a bit more information on it for you coming up now. It is Friday, the 24th of March with a 7:30 kickoff. Here's all the information you need.
I'm absolutely delighted to be joined now pitch side by former legendary Everton captain Michelle Hinnigan. Michelle, we've just seen the VT there as well for the Merseyside Derby that's coming up later this month. How much are you looking forward to that one?
Yeah, you know what, it'll be a great fixture again. I was at the one at Anfield, and it's a great advertisement for women's football, but in terms of where the both teams are in the league, it's going to be a tasty game. Everton know how important it is to get the 3 points, but I'm looking forward to see the stands full, hopefully. I've come from education and school, so I'm hoping that, like Liverpool did, Everton will get all the tickets out to school, so we'll see a full crowd here at Goodison.
That's what we want to see, isn't it? Like you said, earlier in the season, obviously we went there and turned them over 3-0, but there's 27,000 fans there. It would be incredible, wouldn't it, if we could top that? I know it would be tough, but it'd be great if we could top that.
Yeah, it would be tough, but it would be incredible. I think the ladies' games come so far at the moment, and it'd only be, a massive respect to everyone coming out and watching them, getting down to Goodison Park like they do with the men, and it'll be a great atmosphere, and I'm sure it will be a great game as well. So it's a great one for the locals.
Definitely, I can't wait for that. Really, really excited. It is Friday night, 24th. I know you know the score already. 24th of March, under the lights, Goodison Park. We want you all to be there. But before that, we've got a game coming up tomorrow. Actually, Everton women go to Leicester tomorrow. Former manager Willie Kirk, obviously in charge of Leicester. It'll be a tough game, but how do you see that one going?
Yeah, it will be a tough game, obviously, where they are in the league at the moment. They've got nothing to lose at the moment in terms of Leicester. But I think Everton have found the form as of late. They're playing really well. I know the manager's come in and he started to settle with the team. You can see that what the direction is, and it's great to see them playing some really good football. And they've not just got one player who's outstanding at the moment. There's quite a few players in the team who are actually earning the place and earning the position week on week, and it's nice to see where they are in the table after last season. I think it was a little bit, everyone was feeling a little bit down, things aren't going right, where this season they've really came out of the blocks, and I'm looking forward to the game tomorrow.
Massively, and it says a lot about what Brian and his staff have done as well, doesn't it? That it was a tough season last season, as you just mentioned then, but where we are in the table, the players that have been brought in seem to all have improved the squad and have gelled really well. So Brian Sorensen's having a great first season in England, isn't he?
Yeah, he is, and it took us time to settle, obviously, in terms of England and the weather, obviously, in Liverpool.
Finch this week as well.
Yeah, snow this week, so it took time to settle, but you can see at the moment the football, the style he wants to play, it's working really well. The players he's got some really good young players coming through as well, and I know from some of the girls, the insiders, saying that there's a good atmosphere in there, and I think that's the main thing. Once you get the atmosphere and the relationships right with the staff and players, I think it'll show on the pitch, and you can see that happening at the moment.
Definitely. Well, speaking of players, I've got to mention, of course, your best mate, Tony Duggan, as well, who is just on maternity leave now. She's very soon going to be giving birth. How is Tony? I've seen her, not for the last sort of week, but she's doing good.
Yeah, she's doing really good. She's like us. Like if we go for a meal, she's the last one there. It's like she's not pregnant, but she's enjoying the maternity. I know she's only been on it for a week at the moment, but I think I had to adapt to obviously training in the gym alone and little things like that. She's had a little bit of medical issues during pregnancy that she's had to maybe just go on the bike. You've obviously seen her eye at the moment with everything. But you know what? She's handled pregnancy like a boss, and she is a great role model to those out there who think I can't get pregnant and play football. But yeah, I think she'll enjoy the maternity side to it. I don't think she knows what's going to hit her over the next 3 weeks, and I don't think she's expecting the no sleep. I'm not even going to mention the labour side to it, but yeah, she's really, really excited, and I think it's it's nice for her to actually put her feet up. She hasn't probably been able to put her feet up off the football pitch for so long, so it'll be nice for her to enjoy the rest before the little one's here.
Definitely. And are you getting ready for babysitting duties already?
Yeah, I've already got nieces and nephews, so it's another one to add to the list, yeah. But we can't wait in terms of a family. She's got a great family around her as well, and they're all super excited.
Absolutely. Well, just on today's game as well, obviously, Premier League action, Brentford, it's going to be tough. We know the situation Everton are in, and we're fighting for every point right now. How do you see this one going today, Michelle?
I just think there's nothing less than 3 points that we can get today with the run of games that we've got coming up. We've got the likes of Man United, Spurs, Chelsea as well on top. I think we need the 3 points. I know before us last week was a big one where we thought, you know what, we've got the 3 points here once the first goal went in, but we need the 3 points, and obviously it's a relegation battle. We know that, we're not stupid, but it's important that the boys come out onto the pitch today and fight for that shirt, every single player.
Absolutely, that's what we want every single game. Michelle, always a pleasure talking to you, absolute Blues legend.
Thank you.
Back to you, Giulia.
Big thank you to Sarah Halpin, legend of our women's side, Michelle Hinnigan there. Brilliant to have her involved in Everton Live. Right, it's time, in a very soggy fan zone, I'm afraid to say, for higher or lower. And I've got some very young contestants today that are going to play along. So fan zone, make sure you help them out. Let's meet team number 1. If you just want to tell me your names.
Lily. Annabella. Blake.
Okay, we've got Lily, Annabella and Blake. Who's your favourite Everton player?
All of them.
All of them. I love that. You can't separate them. It's like your kids. You don't want to pick a favourite. Okay, we'll give that. And what do you think today's score's going to be? An Everton win?
5-4.
5-4. My goodness, we're going to be in for a very dramatic afternoon if that's correct. My goodness. All right, you wait there for me. We'll meet team number 2. What's your name?
Rowan.
Rowan. Oh, how old is he?
3.
3. I think that might be our youngest ever contestant. What's your name?
Craig.
Craig, welcome to the fan zone. Does he have a favourite player?
None of them at the moment.
All of them. We'll say that. There we go. All right, let's play higher or lower. Team number 1, Lily, Annabella and Blake. If you want to look up at the big screen there, all you have to tell me is if you think the next card is higher or lower. And fan zone, are you ready to help them out? Because they're all young contestants today. Here we go. Let's play higher or lower. Let's have a look what we've got for you. Okay, here we go. So most league starts for Everton. Tim Howard made 354. But what about Kevin Sheedy? I think he might have been before your time. But what do you say, higher or lower? Fan zone, what are you telling them? Okay, what do you say?
Lower.
All right, they're saying lower. Is Kevin Sheedy lower than Tim Howard's 354? It is. You have got a point on the board. Well done. 274 league starts. All right, Joseph Yobo, what do you reckon, fan zone? Higher or lower? Don't know if they're totally sure. Someone's saying higher, someone's saying lower. But what do you think? Lily, will come to you. What are you saying?
Lower.
You're saying lower than 274. Let's have a look. Oh, it is 220. You got 2 points on the board. Well done. Great start here. All right, Jags, Phil Jagielka. Fan zone, what do we think? Oh, they're all saying higher here, but totally up to you. I tell you what, Blake will ask you, higher or lower?
Higher.
That was a very confident higher there from Jags. 322, well done. 3 points on the board. All right, Kevin Ratcliffe. Again, I think this might be... How old are you, Blake?
4.
You're 4. I think this might be before your time then. So we'll ask the fan zone, higher or lower for Kevin Ratcliffe? They're saying higher. Say what, Blake, I'll ask you. What do you think?
Higher.
You're saying higher. Let's see if it's higher than 322. It was 359. You got 4 points on the board. Are they going to get a clean sweep? All right, David Unsworth. Fan zone, help them out. Higher or lower? They're saying lower. Annabella, I'll come to you. What do you think?
Lower.
Lower. Let's have a look. Is it lower for the clean sweep? It is. Wow. 5 out of 5. I tell you what then. Wait there. Team number 1. Let's go over to team number 2. Our youngest contestant, come over. Here we go. I have got a tiebreaker, so you can get a clean sweep. Don't panic. No pressure for you. Fan zone, help them out. Here we go. These are your cards. Let's take a look. All right, here we go. Again, same topic, most league starts. So we've got Leon Osman on 352. But what about Tony Hibbert? Well, that's the fan zone. Higher or lower for Hibbo? Okay, they don't know. They're of no use to you. What are you going to say?
Higher, I think.
We're going to say higher for Tony Hibbert. Let's have a look. Is it higher than 352? Oh, what? 265? That was a shock. All right, then. Let's have a look at your next card. Leighton Baines. There he is. Bainesy, what we saying? They're sure it's higher.
Let's go. Higher.
Higher? Yeah, higher. Here we go. Let's see if Bainesy is higher. Of course he's higher. 348 league starts for Leighton Baines. All right, Tim Cahill. Oh, that's a tricky one. Well, that's the fan zone. Higher or lower? They're saying lower. What do you think?
Lower.
Lower. Let's have a look. Is Timmy Cahill lower? 226 he is. You got another point on the board there. All right, let's have a look at the next one. David Weir. What do we think, fan zone? Higher or lower? Help them out. Higher. They're saying lower. There's a little voice over there saying higher.
Lower, I think.
You're going to go for lower than 226. Oh my goodness me, that was close. 235. These are very unfair cards, I tell you. All right, Big Dunk. Higher or lower fan zone than 235? They're all saying higher.
Higher.
You're going to go for higher as well. Is it higher than 235? Oh my goodness, these are the closest cards. 239 league starts. You got 3 points on the board. You have won a match day programme. Is that okay for you? Yeah, you're not too sure. We've got a match day. Give him a round of applause because he was so little. Thank you for playing. We've got a match day programme for you there. Okay, and team number 1, Lily, Annabella and Blake, you won a stadium tour here at Goodison. Yeah! Fantastic. There you go there, and your prize is in the match day programme. Do you want to give us a little wave of your flags? Fantastic. How cute are they? Brilliant. Thank you so much for playing. We will be back in the fan zone. I hope it's a little bit drier than this, I'll be honest with you, on Friday, the 3rd of April. Can you believe it? That one's against Tottenham. It's 8 p.m. kickoff. Don't forget, the women's team are going to be playing here in that WSL Merseyside derby Friday, the 24th of March. It's a 7:30 kickoff. Get all the ticket information on evertonfc.com. We're going to be handing over to Sarah Halpin, who will keep going with Everton Live. That's it for the fan zone. Thanks for your company. We'll see you again soon. Come on, you Blues.
Thanks for that, Giulia. And we've got the quick team with Everton and Brentford today. In goal for Everton, of course, number 1, Jordan Pickford, James Tarkowski, Michael Keane, Dwight McNeil, Amadou Anana, Damari Gray starts again, Abdoulaye Doucouré, Alexander Iwobi, Ben Godfrey, captain Seamus Coleman, and Idrissa Gana Gueye. The substitutes for Everton: Asmir Begovic, Mason Holgate, Yerry Mina, Vitaly Mikolenko, Neil Mopé, Tom Davis, Connor Cody, James Garner, good to see him back in the squad, and Ellis Sims as well. And our visitors today, of course, Brentford, David Raya in goal, Aaron Hickley, we've got Rico Henry, Ethan Pinnock, Christian Norgard captain, Matthias Jensen, Ben Mee, Ivan Toney, Brian Mbumo, Mikkel Damsgaard and Vitaly Janelt as well. The substitutes for Brentford: Cox, Sade, De Silva, Visser, Godos, Onyeka, Janssen, Ayer and Baptiste as well. So that is just a rundown of the 2 teams for you. But now we've got a little bit of a VT block for you, starting off with what happened when Anana met some of our kids from EDSA.
We heard you sing on social media. What's your favourite song single to Everton song.
There he is. Hello. There's Amadou Onana for you.
What's your favourite takeaway? And what do you order?
Some chicken pasta made by our chef here, Tom. It's his name. A very good cook, by the way. Yeah, that's I'll say that's my favorite takeaway.
Do you ever go for Chinese food or Indian food or Italian?
Yeah,
food?
I like Chinese food as well. To be completely honest, I gotta confess that I'm a big Chinese food fan. So yeah.
What's your favorite takeaway, Noah?
Probably chippy.
And what do you get when you go to Chippy?
A sausage and some chips.
Good for you. Good for you. I hope you get a bit of curry on that as well, Noah.
No, gravy.
Gravy,
All the
okay.
way.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Who and what made you come to Everton?
Who and what?
Yeah.
We can speak about this until tomorrow. There's a lot of things. The coaching staff at the time, the players. I spoke to a couple of players before coming here. I spoke to Big Romelu, and he told me great things about the club, the fans, the atmosphere, everything. It just matches with the type of guy I am, and this is why.
I can tell you're dead passionate. Obviously, the fans are as well.
Yeah, I think you could see it.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Thanks, Ethan.
Good
Thank you for your question.
We heard you sing on social media. What's your favourite song? Single to Everton song.
I'm pleased don't sing it now.
No, I won't sing it now. But my favorite song, wow, that's a great question. I have a couple. I don't know the name of it, but I can maybe sing it just a bit. How does it go? I can't love you in the dark. It feels like we're oceans apart. Thank you. Kids, don't forget, do good at school and listen to mom and dad.
Delighted to be joined now by Chris Massam, who is Equity and Inclusion Lead here at Everton Football Club. Chris, do you want to tell us a little bit about your role? You've only been here, I believe, 6 months.
Yeah, 6 months now, as you just mentioned, the lead for Equity Inclusion, for accessibility and wellbeing. It's been a really good start to my career here. I'm assisting staff and supporters with accessibility and wellbeing, trying to just create an inclusive culture, trying to make every venue we have here at Everton accessible for all.
Brilliant. Well, today is today's level playing field fixture. And again, it's about making sure everybody feels included and it has accessibility to the football. What have you done in your time here to see that improve?
What I've tried to do is build on the exceptional work that's already been done at the club. It's the People's Club, and it's the People's Club for a reason. I've just tried to create, again, that inclusive culture, so everybody feels respected, feels empowered and celebrated, and again, just try and raise the awareness of some hidden disabilities and also the visual disabilities as well. But again, I just want to echo that the incredible work that's already been done here. I'm just trying to build on what's already been done.
Brilliant. Well, Ben Osu as well is a good friend of the show and a great guy. He's somebody that you work very closely with as well. So it is absolutely fantastic to have you here today. And we want to talk a little bit about Bramley-Moore Dock as well. How excited are you to see the accessibility plans for that going forward?
Very excited. We're trying to create if not the most accessible stadium in the Premier League. There's been some fantastic work done. I've been a part of quite a lot of the conversations already, which is really good for me. Accessibility is at the forefront of all those conversations, building on some incredible facilities that will be there. So it's exciting. We've had a lot of dialogue with EDSA. And not just EDSA as well, but all the other supporter groups. You know, we again echoing that people's club. We want to make sure that everybody feels involved and it's inclusive. So it's exciting times.
It's really exciting times, and as you just said, you know, you converse with all the supporters clubs, and I know that that's something that's massively important. And EDSA, I believe, did you say 500 members now? 500
members. So and since January we've had over 50 members join. So I think that's fantastic, and I think that's continually growing as well.
Brilliant. Chris, it's an absolute pleasure to talk to you. Congratulations on the fantastic work that you're doing in your new role. We're very lucky to have you here.
Thank you so much.
Well, the rain is really coming down now, ready for kick-off. So just before that, we'll hear now from Seamus Coleman, Chris Bruzzo, and of course, Sean Dyche.
Seamus, what's the mood like amongst the Everton camp coming into this one today?
No, listen, we're looking forward to it. You know, we're a bit disappointed not to come away with all 3 against Nottingham Forest, but you know, we're looking forward to it. We're working hard as a team. I think there's been improvements in a lot of the things that we've been doing, so we just need to stick together today and aim for all 3 points.
How much can you use that disappointment, that frustration from the Forest result today?
No, listen, you know, there was disappointment and frustration that we didn't take all 3 points, but there was also a lot of positives to take into today's game as well. A lot of things that we seen after the game that was positive. So we just need to keep doing the right things, keep working the way we have been working, and hopefully that'll be enough for us today.
It's won 2 of the last 3 home games. Just how important is this place to survival this season?
Yeah, this place is always important to the team. I think they play a massive part, the fans, and what we try to do, and they fully back us when they see us doing something on the pitch they can relate to, and it can be a very hard place for teams to come. We know Brentford are doing really well at the minute, but you know, we have to understand that we are at home and we need our home fans to help us today.
Like you say, Brentford flying. What's the gaffer's message been coming into this one?
No, the message has been, you know, we're improving, you know, we're doing the right things. You know, there's been a few disappointments, but I think overall, you know, there's been signs of improvement, and again, just you know, play as best as we can in front of our home fans, and hopefully we get some similar results that we did against Arsenal and Leeds.
And just finally, apart from a win, quite obviously, what represents a good afternoon for Everton today?
No, 3 points, like you said, obviously, but yeah, you know, making sure that we're all doing what's asked of us, making sure that we're all getting, you know, running around and demanding the ball from each other. And I think, you know, the signs have been there in training that we've been doing that since the managers come in, so we need to keep going.
Delighted to be joined now pitch side, unfortunately in the rain, by Chris Bruzzo and Nick Bruzzo as well. Now Chris, you are the Vice President of Electronic Arts. Do you want to tell us a bit about your impressive career so far?
Well, I've been at EA and EA Sports for almost 9 years. Yeah. You know, we make EA Sports FC, which is the world's largest football video game. And yeah, it's been a fantastic opportunity to bring games like that to the world. Yeah.
I mean, I've been playing FIFA and games like that from EA from a child, so it's really cool to have you guys here. Absolutely amazing. And you are in fact an Evertonian as well.
I am.
Do you want to tell us about what made you become a Blue?
Well, actually, it's his fault. This is my son,
his fault.
Nick. Yeah. You know, he grew up playing soccer in the U.S. in Seattle, and there came a point when he said, "Dad, we have to become Premier League fans."
Yep.
And at the time, Tim Howard was
legend
at Everton, and so we picked Everton. That was probably, I don't know, 15 years ago.
Yeah.
And so we've been Toffees ever since. Yeah.
Incredible. I think we've got Tim Howard to thank for a lot of our fans over the pond. He is absolute incredible and legend. And I believe you're part of a group of investors as well who have invested some money into our incredible charity Everton in the Community.
I am. Yeah, I'm part of the first team squad, and we're really proud of the work that Everton in the Community has done. It really makes this club very special. The impact that it has in the community, and we were thrilled to help make the Digital Skills Lab come to life.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's a very cool facility.
Absolutely, and I believe you were at Bramley Moor Dock and Everton, the community spaces yesterday exploring.
Yes,
How was that for you guys?
It was cool. It was very cool. We got to see the Bramley Moor. We got to see the new stadium going up, which was amazing.
It's looking good, right?
Looking good. It's huge.
Yeah.
It looks very cool there on the Merseyside. So, and then to see all the way that Everton in the community is showing up here in the neighborhood. It's wonderful. So it was a great day. Yeah.
I'm so happy to have you guys on board as well, and you know, a fantastic facility, our future home as well, which we're also excited about. But we are, of course, still here at Goodison Park, one of the most famous stadiums, over 130 years of age. You've been here once before, but how does it make you feel to be pitchside at this grand old stadium?
It's amazing. You know, we've seen a couple of other pitches here in the last week, and there's nothing like Goodison. It's a really remarkable place. It really it feels like just one of those special places that's been part of the history here for so long, and we love seeing it. We love seeing it when we're at home in the U.S., and to be able to walk in here and to this kind of opportunity to stand on the pitch is a really great experience. Yeah.
We're very privileged to have you both here. We really are, you know, and appreciate your time coming here today. It's, of course, a massive game for Everton today.
Yeah.
Can I be so cheeky as to get some predictions from you?
Well, we should probably hand it to Nick. Let him
Go on,
predict
Nick.
it.
We'll let you take this one.
Let's call it 3-0, a hat-trick from Seamus Coleman.
Oh, my word. I tell you what, I was going to, you know, if Carlsberg did bets or any other lager company, then that would be absolutely fantastic. But you have actually come over here from California as well, guys. That's where you're based usually?
That's where I am. Nick's in Seattle, actually.
In Seattle. Yeah. And what's the weather been like in both, like, compared to here?
Feels pretty similar to here right now. It's been freezing cold.
This is Seattle weather. Yeah.
And we said the same to you, Chris. California's had what, the worst.
California is having atmospheric rivers. I mean, flooding and snow in parts of California that never get snow. So it's been a really tough winter. Yeah.
And you know, you've not got any respite from it by coming here today, unfortunately. It's exactly the same. But guys, thank you both, Chris, and to Nick as well, for coming on the show. And you'll be pleased to hear I refrained from doing my EA Sports impression. We saved that one from off air. But now we'll hear from Sean Dyche, the manager.
Sean, gone and changed today. What is the thinking behind that?
Just the fact that the team delivered a good performance. We've got to tidy up the details from the Forest game, but there was a lot of good things about it. And the previous performances have been decent on the whole. And like I said, details are important, the margins are important. We've got to get on the right side of that.
And of course, a lot of talk about Dominic Calvert-Lewin back in training. Not quite fit enough for this one. What's the situation with him?
No, he's just returning to fitness and full fitness. He's just literally trained with the team 2 days and in normal training, if you like. So he needs a number of more days to get, you know, that freedom that comes with feeling fully fit.
And of course, that gives Demarai Gray another opportunity up top, I suppose, as a central striker. What is it about him that represents a good central striker, would you say?
Well, no, he's flexible in his movement and his understanding and his certainly his technical ability, and just that freedom to go and play up there. You know, just giving him licence to go and adapt to the game and give us something different.
What's your personal mood going into this one against a Brentford side that are flying, in fairness?
My personal mood's always good, to be honest. It's irrelevant who we're playing. No, Brentford are having a good season. They play hard, they play compact, they play organised. So no, they're always tough games in the Premier League. So every game's a tough game, so we take it on.
Just finally, as always, we have to mention Goodison Park. How big a factor is Goodison Park, not just today, but obviously in the running as well?
Yeah, I mean, it will be. The fans have been terrific. We've got to give them something as well, though. You know, they support us wisely and well, travelled as well away from Goodison. We've got to make sure we're giving it back to them. All the support they give us, we've got to reciprocate with a good performance and, of course, take that performance to win games.
Well, guys, thank you so much for watching Everton Live. Now, that brings us to the end of the show. So all that's left to say is come on, you Blues, and we'll see you at the next one.